Hello everyone, today I'll be mocking up the ultimate LEGO Star Wars sets. This video will focus on what sets could be next from the Master Builder series. This ranges all the way from Hoth and Endor to the Jedi Temple and Mustafar. Now let's get into these sets. The Battle of Endor is one of the most popular scenes among LEGO enthusiasts for the next Master Builder series set. And I completely agree. It could be a massive hit. This battle is jam-packed with features that would make for an incredible playset. While we've seen many sets from this battle, I envision a huge all-encompassing set that'll include everything. The most crucial part of the set would be the bunker. The classic indoor bunker set is the perfect template, and with a few updates, it would be ready for action. Just like in the original set, the AT-ST should be included. Not a full-sized one though, a slightly scaled down version to keep costs reasonable. It's not the main attraction, but it's a key part of the scene and adds a lot of playability. And of course, the Ewoks need their weapons. We'd have a few force traps like a catapult, the flying wings, and a log dispenser. If this set gets a similar price tag to the Most Eisley Cantina, around $400, including an Ewok village would be fantastic. If not a full village, then at least some trees for them to hide in and set traps in. For the minifigures, we'd see Luke, Leia, Han, and Chewbacca in their indoor outfits, plus R2-D2, C-3PO, and 2 other Rebel troopers. You'd also want a few Ewoks in there, like Wicket and then maybe a couple others, as well as a few Stormtroopers and a couple Scout Troopers with some speeders. LEGO has given us so many sets based off this Battle of Endor that I think it's time we just get them all in one big package, which I think would be the best way to do it. This set would essentially be a combination of the bunker and the Ewok village set into one mega Battle of Endor experience. Next up, let's talk about one of the most requested sets by fans, the Geonosian Arena from Attack of the Clones. This scene is perfect for a Master Builder series set. It really needs a larger piece count and price tag to do it justice. A normal playset just wouldn't fit the bill. For this set, we'd of course need the 3 pillars with chains for Padme, Obi-Wan, and Anakin. Plus, we'd have brick-built models of the 3 alien monsters attacking them. Behind all this, a backdrop of the arena would be awesome. I envision about a third of the circle, with a portion of the stands on each sides, and then the high-ranking separatist viewing area in the middle. Below the stands, you'd want at least one gate for the monsters and droids to come out of. And if they really wanted to go all out, one last thing LEGO could add is the Geonosian creatures they ride on in that chariot type of thing Padme and Anakin use in the later battle. For the minifigures, we need Anakin, Padme, Obi-Wan, a couple clones, and a few random Jedi like Coleman Trebor, Luminara Unduli, and Mace Windu. On the opposing side, we'd have 3 B-1 battle droids, 2 B-2s, 4 Geonosians, and 2 droidicas. We can't forget about the separatist leaders either. Count Dooku, Wat Tambor, Jango Fett, Boba Fett, Paga the Lesser, and Nute Gunray were all present in that scene. Not to mention their rare figs that would be awesome to see. This scene has never been depicted in LEGO, and I think it's time for it to make its debut. It's a significant part of the movie and could make for an absolutely amazing set. A set that's gaining a lot of traction right now is the Jedi Temple. Many fans are eager for the exterior, but I believe it could be just as exciting on the inside. Similar to the Cantina set, I imagine a dollhouse style build, much like the Yavin 4 set, but even bigger. The main entrance and the main floor would be at the bottom. Above that, we could have a library in the Jedi Council chamber. Connected to the library, a holocron vault would be a fantastic addition too. We see this in the Clone Wars when Cad Bane steals a holocron, one of the few times the temple gets significant action. So including this room would be a great nod to that arc. Overall, I think the set would lean a little more towards display, much like the Cantina. It would be an impressive centerpiece for any LEGO Star Wars collection. Now let's talk minifigures. The best fit for this set would include Yoda, Mace Windu, Plo Koon, Jocasta Nu, Yaddle, Ki-Adi-Mundi, Anakin, Obi-Wan, Ahsoka Tano, Barriss Offee, and maybe 2 younglings. For the younglings specifically, I think you could have either a couple kids from the group we kind of get to know in the Clone Wars show, but I'd actually probably prefer a couple of those that we see in the Order 66 scene, like that kid who's played by George Lucas' son. All these characters have strong ties to the temple, and it would be perfect to get. I would also like to see 2 Jedi Temple guards here as well as 4 501st troopers so you can reenact Order 66. And finally, I think a Cad Bane figure would be good if they did include the Holocron Vault. Given this arc, including Bane in the Vault, I think it'd be a great addition. I love the potential minifigure lineup for the set. So many characters we haven't seen before, and ones that would be exclusive to a Jedi Temple set, like Joe Castanu and the Temple Guards. For me, this is my favorite pick from the list. The Jedi Temple has been on fans' minds recently, and I hope LEGO goes all the way with it. Another promising factor is the recent Grogu's Escape set. It's the first to depict Order 66, opening the door for a full Jedi Temple set with Order 66 elements. This could be a killer set, and I hope it happens soon. Next year, with the 20th anniversary of Revenge of the Sith, that would be perfect timing for it, though I'm doubtful we'll see it that soon. Now let's talk about Hoth. There's no need to reinvent the wheel here. LEGO has made a Master Builder Series Hoth before, but it had some issues. There were too many individual parts, making it feel like a combination of smaller sets rather than a cohesive whole. I'd love a remake that combines these elements to create a more unified set. For starters, the shields and the ion cannon should have been attached to the main Echo base. This would give the set a more integrated and impressive look. The trenches would be cooler if they were attached, but I can see the benefits of leaving them more free-floating for playability. And while we're editing things, let's get rid of that Wampa Cave. It just doesn't fit with Echo Base, and it's not necessary. The minifigure lineup from the original set was pretty good, so we can keep most of them. The previous build and concepts were great, but a remake that brings all these elements together would create an awesome set. Not to mention, I'll never complain about getting more Hoth sets. After that, I want to talk about Jabba's Palace. I think this could be a fantastic addition to the series. This set would have a full palace exterior, and when you spin it around, you'd see an open back to a view inside of the Crime Lord's home. It'd actually be pretty similar to old play sets, just bigger and better. The set needs to be fairly tall to include every scene, like the Rancor pit underneath. This would be extremely similar to what LEGO did in 2013 by combining the Rancor pit underneath the palace, but this time in one cohesive set. All you need is the main room, the Rancor pit, and an entrance that you could combine with the droid room and the extra space. The overall build would be fairly simple, so despite its size, I believe it could still fit into a decent price range. For minifigures, we need Jabba, of course, the Rancor Tamer, Salacious B. Crumb, Bib Fortuna, Boba Fett, Max Rebo, 2 Gamorrean guards, Ula, and maybe a couple more aliens to fill out the room. For our heroes, we need Luke, Leia in both her Boushh and Hutt Slayer outfits, Han, Chewie, Lando, R2, and C-3PO. It's been quite some time since we've gotten Jabba's Palace, so I'd love to see a big return with this massive model. Not to mention the UCS sail barge on the way, this would fit perfectly right next to it. Here we have the final Master Builder Series set, and that is one of the most iconic from Revenge of the Sith. It is the Duel on Mustafar. This duel could be a solid addition to the series. Republic Bricks has already created a mock that's pretty close to what I'd envision for this set. I'd start with the main building featuring a scaled-down landing pad. Inside we'd have the control room and the meeting room where all the Separatist leaders gather. On the outside, the stabilizers on the side of the building should be present and detachable, allowing them to be placed in the lava. This adds both playability and some new display options for it, which are always a plus. Adding mining droids that ride in the lava is also a great addition, and we absolutely need a small area dedicated to the high ground scene. It's essential for recreating that epic moment. The minifigure count for the set would be lower than some of the others, but that's okay because this set wouldn't be as expensive. The key figures would be Obi-Wan, Anakin, Padme, C-3PO, R2-D2, and then from the meeting scene, we should see some of those Separatist leaders like Newt Gunray, Wat Tambor, and Paga the Lesser. Additionally, 2 red security droids and a mouse droid would round out the minifigures perfectly to what we see in the movie. If that's not quite enough, though, we could add Emperor Palpatine and 2 shock troopers with a stretcher for when they retrieve Anakin. Despite being one of the most iconic scenes in the entire saga, Mustafar has had very little exposure in LEGO form. This set would be the perfect way to finally give fans what they've been asking for. This really could be one of the best sets ever, and I hope we see it from LEGO at some point. Like I mentioned, next year is the 20th anniversary of Revenge of the Sith, so it would be the perfect time to see it. Any of these sets would be an absolute dream come true for any LEGO Star Wars fan. The rumor mill actually suggests that the indoor set is the next Master Builder Series set coming. I've been a big believer in this too before this rumor. I've kind of suspected that this will be the next one. And if that's true, hopefully it's close to what I described in this video, because I'd be absolutely ecstatic to see all of that in one set. Alright guys, and with that, those are all my ideas, or at least for this video. If you guys have any of your own, share those down in the comments. I always love to hear what you guys can come up with. Also, let me know what Master Builder Series set you want the most. Now that the Most Eisley Cantina is retiring, it's very likely we'll see another Master Builder Series set after it. Let me know what you want that set to be down below. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.